Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back. It is Monday Madness. Hello darlings, welcome back to my channel. I hope all of you have been doing well, being safe, and trying to enjoy your life in these trying days that we live in. Welcome to all you new unique beauties. If you have not subscribed, please click the subscribe button and welcome to the family. So today's topic is story time. So you may want to get your coffee or your tea. First of all, I want to thank all my unique beauties for your support, for liking my videos, spending time watching my videos. I made this channel for you guys, and I appreciate that you appreciate. And I appreciate your support. Also, I want to thank all of you guys for donating to my PayPal and donating to my Cash App. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And welcome all my new subscribers. Welcome to the Unique Royal Beauty Club, where we talk about serious things but yet still have fun. Today's topic is story time. I had got a lot of emails saying you love story time, and I did story time like some weeks back when I think I was talking about unemployment. I also know that a lot of you guys are not watching the whole video, so you might have missed story time. So today's topic is story time. I feel that it is very important to do story time, so maybe these stories you can relate to. Maybe you have been through some of these things. Now, in our stories, they are true stories. However, due to privacy information, I will not be using the correct person. So in the story today, we're going to talk about Paul. So you guys, it's time to get your coffee or your tea, whatever you prefer, and sit back and relax and listen to story time. Jot your comments down below. Who are my coffee drinkers and my tea drinkers? Ooh, I'm a coffee drinker, so you know. Yes, you guys, I put my red lipstick on for you guys. You're the only one that sees it these days. You know, we have to put our mask on, and we put our mask on, no one gets to see. So, yeah, put my red lipstick on, trying to be cute for you. So today's story time is about Paul. Paul was a very, very, very highly intelligent young guy. And what happened was Paul came from a loving home. He had a brother, a younger brother, and an older sister. Paul was real excited about life, and He always did so well in school and everything. And then one day, the mother and Paul and them had to move. Then Paul became a teenager. And teenagers is a hard, trying time. Paul came from a very strict family, so he wasn't allowed girlfriends or anything like that until he was about 17, and his mother let him go on a date. And he went on his first date. Everything was fine. It was real nice, sweet, cute, and all that. And he took this particular girl to the movies, but that particular show he went to, the girl was not happy with. The girl thought that show was awful. And not the show itself, but the place where the movie theater was. So, Paul was really sad about it. The date didn't go well. And, he talked to his mom, and his mom told him it's okay. As long as you enjoyed the movie, you'll have another date. So, unfortunately, Paul went and found another date online. And when they met up, they got together and felt like it was love at first sight. So, Paul, being he was new to this girlfriend business, he had no idea about anything, actually. So what happened was Paul ended up with this girl, and I'm telling you, you might want to get your tea or coffee right about now. They end up getting intimate after a few dates. Then Paul noticed very shortly after that he was having some problems. He was in pain in his main body parts, if you know what I mean. And he had asked his mother, can he have his medical card so he can go to the hospital? He did not tell his mother what was wrong. He was actually embarrassed. And his mother gave him the medical card without any questions asked. And he went to go get checked up. Come to find out, this particular girl gave Paul, oh my God, a sexual disease. Yes, a sexual disease. Thank God this particular sexual disease was not HIV or AIDS or anything permanent. Thank God. So basically they gave Paul some pills to take for 10 days and it would be cleared up. So after that, Paul began acting very strange, not like his norm, his happy, smart self. He started actually his grades started to fall in school, and Paul always got A's, maybe a couple B's. His grades started to fall. He had become very, very strange. His mother didn't know what was going on, just thought it was a teenage changeover. So his mother had got very suspicious, started looking in his room, and she found the prescription that he had for his condition. So his mom loved Paul, so they talked about it and everything, and the mother let him know he would be okay. So at that point, the mom thought, everything is going to work out. But no, Paul was obviously addicted to this particular girl, that he did not have enough. Even after this particular girl giving him a sexual disease, he still didn't have enough of this girl. Hard to believe, but true. So he was still talking to this girl, had not seen her again. He was angry and mad, but he was still talking to her as if they were going to get back together. The mother had found out about this and basically felt like her son needed a change. So the mother had sent him Paul. So like I said, Paul had an older sister that lived in another state. So the mother had sent Paul out of state with his sister because he was already doing worse in school, suffering from what this girl had done to him. So he was out on the next flight out. Okay. So the mother had discussed with Paul that you'll be going out of town with your sister. And so at that point, apparently, he had got together with this girl. And the mother was at work and came home, found this girl in his room. Wow, the mother flipped. I mean, the girl was scared to death, ran, and then it became a very serious argument about all this and that. And what happened was, Paul said that the girl came over. It's getting ready to get juicy again. You might want to drink some more coffee or tea. So, what happened was, Paul explained to his mom the reason why he had that particular girl, or any girl at that point, in his room, in his house. And he said she was pregnant. Yes, pregnant. So the mother was like, and what does that have to do with you? And he said that she said he was the daddy. So at that point, the mother was really determined to get him out on the next flight out of here. Like, this girl had already ruined his life, gave him a disease the first time they've been together, and only one time at that time. And then now she's coming over there saying she's pregnant by him. And let me tell you, apparently this particular girl had been around the block, up the hill, down the hill, and all around for quite some time, just so you know. So Paul went out of state with his sister, and basically he was suffering down there even more. His sister couldn't get him to go to school because, like, she had signed him up for a real good school. But what happened is that particular school would not take him in because he was in 12th grade. And what happened is, I think he was already 18. And so they thought, oh, well, you can just get your GED. That was not in the cards for that particular mother and son. Getting a GED was not an option. So what happened is, about a couple months went by, and the school started down there at a different time where he went from where he was originally from. And so if he would come back to his home place, then he would be able to be on time for school because he was not still signed up for school. So when he got back to his home place, he got put back in school and put back on track. Paul's mother kept him away from the nasty, dangerous girl as long as possible. And then, boom, the girl has the baby. So now we're 9 months in. The girl has the baby. And what happened is, Paul's mom decided for her and her mother, which is the grandmother of Paul, to go to the hospital instead of Paul. They went to the hospital to check out this baby, to see if there was a possibility that it was her son's child. So they went to the hospital, Mama and Grandma. And as soon as the mother seen this particular baby, she knew it was her grandson. Apparently, the baby looked just like Paul. So what happened is they went home and told the son, Paul, that's your child. You need to go to the hospital. And even though the child looked just like him, the mother insisted on DNA paperwork, not for proof, but just in case they had to ever end up with the child, because this particular girl was very, very unstable. Paul's mother had no idea that things were about to get even worse. So what happened was they got the DNA, and of course it was his son. So what happened was the particular mother of the child had became homeless. Her mother no longer allowed her to live there with this child. And what happened was, apparently the child was biracial. So Paul was a black guy and the girl was white. And so apparently the child was biracial. And the parents of the girl did not want this particular baby. Okay, so she was thrown out into the streets. Lo and behold, although Paul's mom did not care for this particular girl, but the mother wasn't willing to give the child up at this time, so she let the girl and the baby stay in her home. I know. That's something. So what happened was this particular girl stayed there, and the mother has stated that this girl was one of the most trifling girls she had ever came across in her whole entire life. She would not take a bath. She wouldn't wash up. You know, it was a really terrible experience. So the mother insisted that, gave her a list and made her do these things, go get some help and everything like that. So, and also made her get a job because she had no job, so that eventually she can get out of her house and move into her own place. So what happened is all these things were accomplished. She got a job. She started seeing a therapist. And, you know, she made her take a bath. So what happened is one day, this girl, the mother of Paul's child, went to work and never came back and left the baby, yes, left the baby in the daycare center. So Paul's mom went and got the baby out the daycare center and went to find her at work, because like Paul's mom actually, you know, was in school and college for a master's degree and also was working. And so what happened is Paul's mom, you know, didn't know what to do, like how is she going to keep the baby all day, or at least keep him in a daycare, you know, without paying all this money out. This particular girl had some kind of program, would pay for her daycare. And so basically the mother's name was on the list to pick the child up, the grandma, Paul's mom. So she got the child and they went, her and Paul went running to the job looking for this mother of this baby. And basically the mother of the baby would not take her child, said that she doesn't want him. It's time for the dad to take care of him, and basically abandoned the child. Yes, she did. abandoned the poor innocent baby. And if that wasn't enough, it gets even more drastic. Oh, get your tea or your coffee. So what happened is the mother had decided to rearrange her whole schedule and keep the baby. Okay, the mother of Paul, her grandchild. So she had the baby, had put this particular child in their life plans, changed their school, everything. And what happened was, a year and a half later, this mother wants this child back. Yes, she wants this child back now. So what happened is, the grandma got her schedule situated and everything, Paul's mom, and got the baby included in the program of their lifestyle. And then a phone call comes from the baby's mother. And guess what the call says? She is pregnant again. Oh my gosh. I'm sure this mother was about to die. Remind you, this mother, Paul's mother, I'm sure Paul's mother was about to die. I'm sure Paul's mother was about to die. Remind you, this girl did not want the first baby, abandoned it with Paul's mom. And now she's calling saying she's pregnant again. So of course, Paul's mom says, whose baby is that? Pregnant from who? And she says, the girl says, the baby's mother says, she says, I don't get pregnant from no one except for your son. And she says, you got to be kidding me. So what happened is, Paul's mom didn't pay her any attention because apparently this girl was on Facebook and on the internet running around with some guy and, you know, talking about hot dogs and like how he wouldn't buy her hot dogs and all this type of stuff that is unheard of, actually. Personally, I never even heard of such things before. And apparently Paul's mom hasn't heard of it either. So apparently she had been contacting Paul on and off and telling him that she was going to give this child away. But Paul's mom didn't know anything about that. And remind you, Paul's mom had no idea that this child was really Paul's. So it's like 9 months later, and now Paul's mom is really interested in finding out if this child is really her son's again. So she goes to the hospital, and when she gets there, they said the girl had already checked out. And so, okay. Apparently they told Paul's mom that the girl had already checked out and she was no longer there. Remind you, Paul's mom had just called that hospital and just found out she just had the baby. So apparently they let her go in a day. So what happened was, by the time Paul's mom found out about where this girl was located at, so by the time Paul's mom found out where that girl was located at, the baby was gone. Yes, you guys, gone. She apparently, this girl apparently sold the baby for $500, stated to Paul's mom that the people that she sold it to did not pay her the whole $500 and only gave her $100. Paul's mom was like done. Like, wouldn't you be? Like, done. Like, you can't sell babies, Paul's mom says. Why would you do something like that, she says. Well, the girl says because she wanted to see her other child that she abandoned with Paul's mom. And Paul's mom wasn't conversating with her or communicating with her. Remind you, she abandoned this child and did not want anything to do with this child. So what happened was, Paul's mom was so upset. She called the hospitals, called lawyers, all that type of thing, just to get nowhere. Never did find that baby. It was like a year later when they found out that the baby was living in another state with some people. At that point, Paul was done. So, from the very beginning, when Paul began acting strange, the mother didn't know how bad it was. But then when this particular girl actually got pregnant again and sold his child, apparently his condition that eventually was diagnosed as schizophrenic. Yes. This nice young guy who only been on one date prior to meeting this messed up girl now had lost it, went into psychosis, and was diagnosed later with schizophrenic. Now, Paul, it is a battle, a lifetime battle for him. He has so many problems, and the mother is really involved trying to help him as well as the son. It's really sad. And this story is so long because guess what? There is a continuance, but it will be a part 2 because it's such a long story. So if you can relate to ever experiencing something like this, that you feel maybe had put you into a psychosis situation, or maybe you don't know why you ended up with this condition or any other condition, and this could possibly be why. Talk to your doctor and tell your therapist your true story. Tell your therapist your truth so they can get to the bottom of your situation and maybe give you some assistance. And after all of that, you know what time it is.
Yeah, I just want to dedicate this to
all my unique royal beauties. It's banana time.
I apologize, but now I'm back on the straight road. Yeah, I'm back on the straight road. Yeah, I'm back on the straight road. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong road. You saw me going in a circle. Forgive me, I should've took the straight road. I'm sorry, but now I'm on the right road. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong road. You saw me going in a circle. Forgive me, I should've took the straight road. I'm sorry, but now I'm on the right road.
Bananas. Relieve stress. I cannot imagine, oh my God, what Paul's mom had to go through. The stress involved. And this is how it becomes a generational problem. From the Paul getting messed up from some girl, and now the mother ending up with severe stress, anxiety, the child. Oh, part 2, you guys. Part 2.
I'm sorry, but now I'm on the right road. I'm sorry, I was on the wrong road. You saw me going in a circle. Forgive me, I should've took the straight road. I'm sorry, but now I'm on the right road. I'm so thankful, and the debts that I owe will be paid for. I'ma save the souls that feel hateful. Teach them how to praise and be grateful. Gotta let them know that you're capable. You're the king of kings and you're in control. Many don't understand.
To all my new, unique royal beauties, we have banana time every Monday. Please join us for banana time. Go get you some bananas, which is very healthy for you, mind, body, and soul, inside and out. To all my new, unique royal beauties, if you feel you would like to pass on banana time, then please take the time right now to like the video. And don't forget to share it if you feel that you would like to see more content like this. So my unique royal beauties, eat your bananas. To all you caretakers out there, if you can relate to this story, jot your comment down below. Without sharing any names and everything, because this is a private and very sensitive subject. Oh. And don't forget your water. So, my unique beauties, I hope that you have been doing well, trying to survive in these trying times. I pray for you daily. I pray for you, your family, for good health and to be safe. If you are going out here in these streets, then you need to get a mask. Get you a mask, darlings. Don't you be going out here in these streets without a mask. This stuff, you know, will get anyone. It is not prejudice. Masks we have are N95, covers the entire face and nose. These are the good ones, darlings. These are the real deal. It comes in a package like this and sealed. Get you a mask if you don't have one, okay, at your store, www.oneuniqueroyalbeauty.com. And as always, you know my beauties, I got you. The code will be down below. And if you feel that you like this type of content, please jot your comments down below. And to all my unique beauties that are still having a hard time getting out the bed, watch my previous videos or my new Unique Beauties. Watch my previous videos, the one on depression and help get yourself out the bed, okay? I am praying for you. And any of you who are suffering in this pandemic we're living in, I am extending my prayers, extra prayers to you. Know when you have seen all your doctors and your therapists, or even if your doctors and your therapists are not seeing you now because of the pandemic, then know I am your side chick and I got you. If you really need some personal counseling, then you can email me at oneuniqueroyalbeauty@gmail.com and I will respond to you as soon as I can. And like I said in my last video, I am considering, because some of you have reached out to me, offering personal services to each of you. I'm getting my schedule together now because this is what I do for a living. I am a social worker full-time and a coach where I am in person right now. However, because I made this channel to help you guys, I will try to figure out ways that I can do this for you. So, today's topic was enough for me. I don't know about you guys. My coffee, it's cold. I will have to get some hot coffee. So, until next week, I'll see you later, darlings.